Is that one of the themes that you guys learned from last year's game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously we beat ourselves up and down the field last year. You know, and playing that night game will be a new experience for the guys. Haven't done that in a while, playing on the road. So, you know, there's a lot of things that create us to talk about focus and making sure that we execute. You know, anytime you're in someone else's stadium, I mean, that's, to me, is one of the greatest things you can do is go somewhere else and play your best football in front of their crowd. You know, I think that's something as a coach, as a team, that we need to be able to do. And at times have done well, and at other times we haven't. So it's a good challenge, good opportunity this week. And I know it's going to be a good environment there.
See any major differences between what they did with Liddon and now with the new redshirt freshman?
Well, they got a few more weapons. You know, last year, and they're still featuring Brady, don't get me wrong, but you know, the other receiver across from him, number 7, is off to a good start as well. Both the running backs are running the ball. It's a different offensive coordinator, so I mean the system is different than last year. The run game's not a ton different, but they are running the ball more. They're a little more balanced, and they're spreading the ball around a little bit more than they did last year.
How much time did it take to sort of pick up, I guess, the pace of where you left off this week after getting through practice?
Yeah, actually Sunday, I thought the guys had really good focus and energy. They were excited to get back on the field, and you know, there was so much panic probably from their families, you know, mine included. You know, everyone reading the reports on the news that we were going to be underwater here in Raleigh, and we weren't. So I think just getting back to some normalcy, you know, for our guys was good, and they want to play, you know, and so having that opportunity to refocus and start looking at another team was good for them.
Do they lose anything conditioning-wise at all when you come back into a week that it takes time to build that up this week?
You know, I didn't see it. We did have a long practice on Sunday because of that. You know, I gassed them pretty good Sunday, with them having Monday off, you know, so we could get some conditioning out of it. And we hit all of our special teams on top of a normal, what would have been a Tuesday practice on Sunday night. So we got a lot of good work in there to help them with that.
Even though it wasn't something expected, I would think a week off would also help health-wise.
It can. You know, I mean, some of the guys, like Steph, feels great, you know, so it was really good for him. And there's other guys you hope that by 7 p.m. on Saturday are going to feel great. But, yeah, I mean, there's, like I said in a press conference earlier in the week, there's positives in the situation, you know, and you just, for a mental break, for these guys to rest and eat. I mean, we had some guys that were down some weight, too, after that hot month, and were able to get their weight back up, which is good, you know, for sustaining their health.
What's Kerry's excitement level going into his first game?
I'm sure he's excited. You know, he's kind of a level, even-keeled guy. You know, he doesn't get too up or too down. So I'm sure inside he's excited to get back on the field. But, you know, it's not something he wears on his face.
A lot of your businesses, relationships, how has the families, the Selfo and the Thomas family kind of helped you guys? The relationship that they had
with
Joe Selfo and, you know, his dad. His dad, Thayer Thomas's dad, played for him at Marshall, and now obviously Joe's working for you.
Yeah, and then, you know, Barlow was teammates with them and was coached by Selfo's dad. You know, so there's a lot of connections back to Marshall, I guess you'd say. But those guys, you know, are friends, and there's a trust factor there. I think, you know, I know when we were recruiting Joe and he came up, his dad and Barlow were immediately stuck together because they knew each other. They knew a lot of common people, and I think that was good for them, and obviously for Joe, it gave him kind of somebody that he knows. And then, you know, Coach Williams, who's retired here in the city now, that used to coach at State, you know, he's got great ties with Selfo's dad as well.